everyone? Marc Lobliner here, tigerfitness.com. And no, this is not a drama video. I know you've seen a lot of those from me lately, mainly due to one smooth brain guy, but these guys aren't smooth brains at all. I'm not starting drama. This is Layne, Norton, and Chris Jones, all right? And Chris, basically, so here's what happened. So Layne does a video, and I actually watched it, and I partially agree with it. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. I partially agreed with that. I also agreed with Chris's. I know that's weird. Marc, are you just a little biatch? Are you scared to take sides? No, I just really don't have a side in this because they both make great points, and I want to explain it to you. Now, this is about stretching, okay? Stretching. Does stretching help prevent injuries? Is stretching good for people to do? Now, they both kind of did different things. One was for performance, one was for preventing injury. I'm going to go into how I use stretching, and it'll kind of explain to you where I agree and disagree with both of these individuals, okay? Now, for me, I own a youth performance facility called Legacy at Carbon. That's legacyatcarbon.com. And I mean, we had 6 different sports in there yesterday. It was amazing. We have great athlete that range in ages, and we do stretch, but we also do warm-ups. So Layne's video, and I did watch this when it came out, it was a short video on Instagram. It basically said that you don't need to stretch to prevent injury, and then he had ways you can prevent injury. It was adequate warm-ups, stuff like that. And to that, I agree. Now, there's a time and place for everything. There is nuance in everything you do. I also believe that we should be working on mobility. We should be working on flexibility. We should be working on all of that stuff. And I do believe that having more mobility, more flexibility will prevent injuries in athletes and in the human population. There is data, I don't have it offhand, that males are more likely to get injured than females doing yoga. Go figure. Okay, but that's not what this is about. This is about when you're designing a program or you're coaching athletes or you're an athlete yourself, should you stretch? And the answer is, again, time and place and nuance. For example, when I'm getting athletes ready for an event, ready for practice, ready for training, ready for a game, if you watch the pregame warmups or the pre-session warmups we do at Legacy at Carbon, I do with the teams I coach, it's going to be more ballistic. It's going to be more movement-based. For example, instead of standing and holding a quadricep stretch, I'm going to do a walking stretch where I'm grabbing my foot and I'm pulling it up. I'm moving with it. I'm not going to lay down and just maneuver my IT band. I'm going to step, pull my IT band up, go down. Step, pull my IT band up, go down. I'm going to do high knees instead of sitting there and holding my leg against my chest. So I'm moving around, I'm getting that mobility. I might do some dynamic stretch like a world's greatest stretch. Go ahead and search on YouTube, world's greatest stretch, and you'll see how that is stretching everything. It's doing a bunch of different stretches, but in a mobile way, in a ballistic, I hate to use the word ballistic, but in a way that's not static. By ballistic, I mean not static. Static means that's static, where ballistic would be okay, it's movement. It's moving around, but getting that stretch in. There is good data that stretching does inhibit strength. So if you stretch pre-workout, doing static stretches, it might or it will decrease your ability to produce power, to be strong. It just has that effect. But why aren't I just going with Chris and saying that stretching is great, right? Because the nuance of it is stretching is great, but I like to use stretching post-workout, okay? What I like to do is pre-game, pre-practice, pre-training, pre-whatever. I like to do things like world's greatest stretch. I like to do things like inchwords. You go down, you touch your toes, you walk out with your arms, you walk in with your feet while keeping your legs straight. I like to do movement. I like to do mini bands. Okay, I like to do lateral and linear mini bands. I like to skip. I like to do 2-inch runs. I like to do snap downs. I like to do things like that. I like to get the body primed. I like to get the joints nice and mobile because you're working through those full ranges of motion. However, I do 120% 120% believe that stretching, even in a static fashion, post-workout, is a great thing to do. It is a great thing. I like something, I don't know if you've seen my videos on it. I do something called a bretzel. Okay, a bretzel is essentially, it's pretzel, but with a B. I'm guessing a guy named Brett kind of invented it, but you're stretching your back, going through, pulling your quadricep up, and you breathe through. And it's a great, great movement, right? I don't mind having partner-assisted stretches. We're doing extreme stretching where I'm going to have someone reach for their toes and I'm going to push on their back. But at the same time, I also like doing something like Donnie Thompson's tempering. I like to take the my Rogue tempering tool. I like to work it around these people's backs, their hamstrings, do distraction with their knees, which is phenomenal if you ever seen me do that. So I am more nuanced. I like so many different forms of training. I just don't like when anybody says something's good, something's bad. While I do agree with Layne 120% that doing a sport-specific warm-up, that includes mobility, that includes stretch, right? That includes active stretching, not, where you're actually moving around, right? Then I totally believe that is the way to go. And I do not like static stretching. When I played football in high school, we would sit in a circle and go, reach your toes, break, reach your other toe, break, reach your other toe, break. So we had this whole static stretching routine because back then they didn't have the data we have. Back then they didn't know any better. Now we completely know what to do and we know where the data points. And so I would like to say that while I believe that Chris's response was fantastic, very well done, I do believe that Layne had some points that you do need to take into account and say, hey, that makes sense. So my prescription, my recommendation to all of you guys is pre-workout, do movement, right? Do things like world's greatest stretch. Do things like inchworm. Do things like plyometric push-ups before chest day, right? Do that stuff. Then post-training, you got your static stretching. You got your dynamic stretching. Whatever stretches you want to do post-workout, have at it. On off days, do some yoga. Get nice and mobile. Get nice and flexible. I notice when I stretch more, which I'm in a phase where I'm stretching more now, I just feel better. I have more energy throughout the day. I notice that my joints don't hurt as much. I notice that when I'm running on the football field, coaching my kids, I feel like I just feel better. I feel more athletic. I feel less likely to be injured. And I don't know if I'm actually less likely to be injured, but I feel like Gumby, I'm moving, I'm grooving, I'm dancing to the music. So it's just, you can't just look at one thing and say this is the right way. And that's the problem with these science guys, man. And I'm not taking a shot at Layne. Please do not. This is not directed at Layne. And it's not directed at Chris, is that a lot of people tend to find studies that fit their view. And it becomes confirmation bias. See, my goal every day when I go online, when I research, when I listen to things like Layne Norton and Chris Jones talk, my goal is to disprove my thoughts. I want to learn so much. I want to learn so many different viewpoints that I can take. And that's why I think I'm such a superior youth coach, that I'm such a superior coach, because I don't go in there. I don't do starting strength. I don't do conjugate. I don't do exos. I don't do CrossFit. My coaching style, my coaching methodology, it is a combination of the years of mentorships, of years of learning, of years of application. And we take that and we apply it. And all these different methodologies have their benefits. They have their pluses, they have their minuses. So I take what's good of that, whether it's CrossFit, whether it's conjugate, whether it's starting strength, and I take what's good and I remove what I don't like, and we come up with some great programming. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Here, MTS Nutrition Machine Whey Red Velvet Cake. This is my personal go-to flavor. It's been for the last few years. It is delicious, and I know times are tough. The economy's not the greatest, so I really want you guys to try this product. I'm going to give you a coupon code. The coupon code is Getting Old, GETTINGOLD, Getting Old. and it will give you 15% off any flavor of MTS Whey, but I implore you to try the red velvet cake. Please support us at tigerfitness.com. That's tigerfitness.com. Tigerfitness.com is a family-owned business based in Loveland, Ohio, with a warehouse also in Las Vegas, Nevada. So free shipping over $99. You get your products within 1 to 2 days without that Prime fee. 99% of the time, I am beating the heck out of Amazon Prime. And also you're supporting great people, a great company, and we really appreciate that. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. What are your thoughts on stretching? Do you stretch? Let me know. I'm Marc Lobliner. That's not a game. The outright bar was created for my kids. My kids need a snack to eat during soccer tournaments, and also I wanted a bar for myself to eat pre-workout, post-workout, and also throughout the day. You want your outright bars right now. That's why we have a partnership going with the Vitamin Shop to make sure that we're in all 750 plus locations, providing the best price, the best service, the best people to give you the outright bar when and where you need it.